Colleges and universities across the state looking for more state tax dollars to pay for facility upkeep and deferred maintenance. We're talking hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. Good morning. It's Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell with America's Talking Network. Yesterday, the Illinois House Appropriations Higher Education Committee held a hearing where they had 13 panels of different university and college officials and state agencies talking about deferred maintenance and facility upkeep. And State Representative LaShawn Ford opened up the meeting as the chairman and laid out why this is an important issue.
We know that during the budget making time, we have the responsibility for crafting an essential budget for operations. But equally important are the facilities that you have expressed concern about over the years. As the committee chairman of the Higher Education Appropriations Committee, I'm calling this committee hearing to highlight and focus on the exceptional quality of our public colleges and universities in Illinois.
So while he wanted to highlight the exceptional quality, a lot of the talk was more about appropriating more money for colleges and universities across the state so that they can deal with deferred maintenance. In particular, Northern Illinois University's officials talked about how much deferred maintenance they have.
NIU is facing over $500 million in deferred maintenance in our buildings, which are outlined and prioritized in our annual report to the Illinois Board of Higher Education, ranging from emergency repairs to modernization updates. Aging facilities require significant repairs and upgrades to ensure the safety and functionality for students, faculty, and staff. Keeping a safe and vibrant learning environment is critical for recruiting and retaining talented students, as well as attracting and keeping excellent faculty and staff. To meet the challenges of our aging infrastructure, NIU is committed to long-term planning through its campus master planning framework and multi-year budgeting strategy. This approach enables us to prioritize resource allocation to projects that promote student success and degree completion and align infrastructure investments with academic goals, enrollment projections, and research initiatives. However, despite our best planning, we continue to fall behind keeping up with our infrastructure needs.
So obviously, when you talk about $500 million in deferred maintenance, it's a lot of money. What about fees? Fees for students? That seems to be increasing in some places, as it is with Illinois State University, as officials shared yesterday.
Family Hall Science Building, as I've already mentioned, will be $19 million. To maintain these facilities and prevent health and safety issues and regulatory compliance, we have unfortunately had to impose a fee for students to pay to help us keep these most critical projects up to code. The fee is $80 per credit hour. This means a student taking 15 credit hours per semester pays about $450 each semester to literally keep the roof over their heads and a seat beneath them. Why this fee has been helpful, it has raised the cost of attendance at Illinois State, especially for students from underrepresented and low-income categories.
So obviously fees being increased at universities to help pay for some of this deferred maintenance. Governor State University also there, and they said that funding the facilities is paramount.
Will we allow our educational infrastructure to crumble? Or will we seize this moment to build a first-class campus infrastructure? The time for action is now. The cost of delay is too high. Let's not just repair buildings, but let's rebuild a future for the education in Illinois.
So again, yesterday at the House hearing, they had Illinois college and university officials, 13 different panels speaking about deferred maintenance and various costs for things and the need for more money from state taxpayers. But when it comes to handling these projects, there's anytime you get government involved, obviously, there's going to be a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of forms to file and I's to dot and T's to cross. You hope to have that with tax dollars being involved here. But sometimes you can find people arguing that increases the cost when you have too much bureaucracy and too much regulation and a whole host of other things. It can inflate the costs to the taxpayer. So some of the things that were talked about included having universities and colleges say that they hope to handle more of these contracting issues. But right now it goes through the the Capital Development Board. And the Capital Development Board Executive Director was there to answer questions from the panel, including Representative Ford.
You heard about the universities wanting to control their own contracts. So do you object to universities having their own authority to run projects?
So what I'll say to that, and I do have a response, is that CDB operates within the guidelines of the Illinois Procurement Code, which is crucial for insurance compliance, promoting diversity goals, and maintaining fair competition in the bidding process. By following these regulations, we're able to ensure that both small and large contractors have access to the opportunities across the state.
So they really are focused on just maintaining equitable distribution of these deferred maintenance and capital projects. TJ Edwards there, the executive director of the Capital Development Board, noted a significant amount of funding that CDB has been appropriated by the state, your tax dollars, with approximately 664 projects totaling $7 billion across the state. Now, of those, she said that 170 projects are specifically designed for colleges and universities, representing a taxpayer cost of $3 billion. So more from some of the conversation yesterday didn't all focus on capital development and various expenditures for making sure facilities are kept up. But Z. Scott with the Chicago State University was asked by State Representative Dave Vella from Loves Park about declining enrollment in some of these situations.
You know, that's something that's been really kind of vexing me all summer, is thinking about the idea of, are kids just less kids going to school? Are they going into the trades? Are they going into a job? Are they not wanting to go into debt? Or also less kids are being born? Or are they leaving the state of Illinois? There's a lot of these kind of variables that are out there, and I wonder how to get more kids back into colleges, but I'm still not sure in my head what the best answer is, but I appreciate your perspective on it, considering what you do.
But we have evaluated where are people going. They're going home. They're not, I mean, the biggest competitor for Chicago State is nowhere. Students are not attending college. This state has seen a 37% decline in Black student enrollment in our colleges in the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. That is a crisis for this state if we are concerned about workforce and diversity in our workforce.
So again, interesting to hear that. And I looked up some of the statistics here from the Illinois Board of Higher Education, and they said full-time freshman enrollment at Chicago State University has dropped 1.3% in the 2023 to 2024 school year. Governor State University dropped 14.2% in that same time. Southern Illinois University Edwardsville saw a 13.5% decline. Western Illinois University saw a 10.5% decline, according to the Illinois Board of Higher Education. But overall enrollment, they say, for undergraduate schools across the state is slightly up at 0.3%, something they say reversed several consecutive years of decreases. But as you know, the conversation goes with state tax dollars, there's always thinking of how to get even more state tax dollars to these publicly funded institutions. For K through 12 schools, if you recall, what was it, 10 years, 12 years ago or so, they did change the funding formula. It was 2017, actually. They changed the funding formula for how K through 12 schools are funded, saying that they're going to increase $350 million each year. A lot of people argue that's a way to lower the property taxes throughout the state, but now that it's been since 2017 and several billions of dollars going through K through 12 schools, have we seen property tax reductions anywhere? Interesting to note that. But some want to take that same type of funding formula and put it towards public universities and colleges. Here's Urbana-Champaign State Representative Carol Ammons.
As long as we have a flat method of distribution, you will have disparity come out as a result. And what we're trying to do with the commission's work, as well as with the bill, is to reshape real opportunity across our 12 public universities. We haven't actually walked ourselves toward reconciliation of the problem, and I hope that we will have a adequate opportunity to utilize the commission's work.
So we may hear a lot about that into the new year with a new General Assembly about trying to take the K through 12 funding model that they passed back in 2017 and lay that over on top of public university funding. Is that a good idea, a bad idea? What does history show other than increased funding? Does it better outcomes? I'm sure we'll be there to track all of it. It's Illinois in Focus Daily. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for America's Talking Network. Get the podcast anywhere you get podcasts, and follow me anywhere. Just search Bishop on Air.